is there up ahead, right? That's Stabrook Market. This is the street that runs closest and parallel to the Demerara River. All right, and all along here, as I was saying, this is an industrial zone. All along here, there are these, used to be ports that were places to offload lumber, because back in the day, all the shipping coming out of the interior, coming from the Demerara River, coming from upriver to the mouth of the river, say to deliver lumber into Georgetown, would offload here. All the ships bringing containers from international locations would arrive here, right? This is the industrial section of the city. And during the previous administration, there was a plan to rezone the area along the river to make it into a residential, commercial, mixed-use area, so that you could have high-rise apartment buildings and a promenade or walkway. And that was shelved once the new government took over. That is the current government, and ExxonMobil moved in, and so this has become an industrial zone again, purely industrial zone, right? That's Lombard Street looking south. So that's the reference for where we are. I'm going to continue with a walk along High Street as I head back to High Street on, this is Princess Street. There's a vacant lot over there. You got the army, Ghana Defense Force doing some cleaning operations on the side of the road on a Saturday morning. It's Saturday, the 17th of February here in Georgetown. And as I was saying, since the oil and gas industry took over, this has become an industrial zone. Again, this building where I left off, where I took a detour to tell you about ExxonMobil, to tell you about Princess Street and its location relative to the Demerara River. This building has now been refurbished. Alright, I don't know who the new owners are, but it's going to be a major location for the oil and gas industry. A lot of companies in the oil and gas sector are going to be operating out of this building. I'm on Princess Street again. I'm going to continue on High Street in a second. I just wanted to show you something else that's interesting in this neighborhood. Right, this is a new building that's being renovated for the use by the oil and gas sector. But right next door is an interesting building. That is the Amerindian hostel. And this has in fact been in the news recently, where our native people, our First Nations people, are supposed to have a place to stay when they come into the city, particularly for medical operations, because there are very few there are very few places in the interior locations, like hospitals, where maternal patients and so on can have complicated deliveries. And this is in fact the Amerindian youth hostel, where members of the interior Amerindian community would stay when they have to be in the city for business or for medical purposes. And there was a complaint that the place was not properly maintained and it was not properly kept. So this is the relationship of the Amerindian hostel to this new building. Right, that Amerindian hostel is run by the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs. And I just wanted to give you that as a reference. I'm going to get back to Amerindian Affairs in a minute, or perhaps in the next video, because this one is becoming too long. I'm going to continue in the next video. What I'm doing is I'm describing for you the changes that are happening here along High Street. This is renovation of a building that is being constructed here on High Street and Princess Street for use by the oil and gas sector.